Well, we looked at these dietary approaches over the years. We look at low-fat diets, and you're saying that they're ineffective. You're looking at high-protein diets, and you're referring to those causing kind of a yo-yo effect with weight loss. You're talking about slowing digestion down. You're talking about insulin resistance. You're talking about carbs, balancing your meals, and then focusing on veggies. Let's review those kind of one at a time. If you're cutting the fats out, why is this an ineffective approach?
The problem with just cutting out fats is that when you're eating less of one thing, you're eating more of something else. So a low-fat diet means a low percentage of your calories as fats.
Well, aren't fats twice as much calorically dense as other forms? Proteins?
They are.
Okay.
They are. And
So why wouldn't it make sense to lower that caloric intake because of the smaller volume and the larger density?
First off, unsaturated fats go into the outer membrane of muscle tissues, increasing the effectiveness of insulin binding, opening up that hole in the bottom of the bucket so that calories go into muscle tissue. The opposite effect occurs with saturated fats. So if you don't eat unsaturated fats, and particularly polyunsaturated fats, you reduce insulin binding at the level of the muscle by a factor of 14.
Okay.
Now, I gave a lecture in the nutrition course in human biology at Stanford about a month ago, and the professor in charge of that course was so astounded by that number, a reduction in a factor of 14 of insulin impact on muscle binding and fueling, that he asked me to send him the paper. A few hours later, I sent him the paper. So here's what's happening.
Okay.
When your diet's low in fat, then you don't have the healthy fats coming in to the surface of the muscle fiber. And that protein that insulin binds to on the surface of the muscle fiber, its shape is determined by the fats around it. So when you're eating a diet low in fat and not providing those healthy fats to that muscle fiber outer skin where that insulin receptor is, then insulin reduces its binding by a factor of 14. It's a profound reduction in muscle fueling. So this is a molecular signaling process, the extreme opposite of just calories in, calories out, let's cut out the fats to cut out the calories. And consider also that cholecystokinin, which is going to reduce the digestion rate, is in response to amino acids and fats. So you take fats out of the equation and you speed up your digestion rate.